Okay.
Hello,
Hi,
hello.
everyone.
See, how's
This
it going
is
here? Still waiting on those PNGs, but we are here.
yes, we are here,
Okay,
not
so let's
visually,
see.
but
We got Ankle Biters versus Rebirth today, and looks like we've already begun the process of choosing maps. Let's take a look here. So it looks like Ankle Biters are choosing to ban Arms Factory and Chinatown, followed up by Rebirth's picks of Leo. And it looks like the ankle biter survivors will be going first.
yes, this will be
Alright.
an interesting matchup
Now with the
given that
ban of arms oh, go ahead.
no, you're here. This will definitely be an interesting matchup given with the hunter being about 29 stars into peak tier so early on in the season.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm a little bit, unsure or, like, I don't have much knowledge over these teams. I wish I had more time, but had some last minute things go on. What do you know about ankle biters and Rebirth?
The only thing that I've been able to gather from them is based on what I can see, but most of them have all of their information hidden. Um, Which is good
Okay.
for, strategizing and everything against the other teams since they can't see them either.
True, true. So we've maybe got some seasoned people here. The bands being Arm Factory and Chinatown on the side of ankle biters. What does that make you think of, if anything?
That's
It's
hard
kind of hard to
because
say.
typically arms is more I feel like survivors more often pick arms to feel more confident in their plays, but Chinatown
Mhm.
is more of like a hunter-sided map where I feel like hunters often do better, such as like Bane, Peddler, Night Watch. So I'm not entirely sure what they're looking to go for, because they banned a map that was good for survivors, but also a map that was pretty good for hunters.
True, true. Okay. I am semi-familiar with the Hunter Blue Cow here, for Team Rebirth. If I remember, they have a pretty extensive hunter pool, so we really could see a lot of anything today. I am seeing that S badge for the Dream Witch, and personally, I love to see a Dream Witch match. I don't know about you guys, but that could be exciting.
A dream witch would be really fun. I love being kind of over meta pick.
Oh, you're a little bit muffled, Junie.
Oh, sorry. I think a dream witch would be a fun matchup, and I think I really like seeing niche or like older meta picks rather than current meta since we see it so often. It's fun to see individual playstyles from different characters.
It's true. It's true. It's to have those hallmark picks. There's nothing quite like it. But yeah, so starting off, pretty strong here with a Gravekeeper and Doctor Ban on the side of Hunter, and then looks
The
like for
Enchantress and
survivors
First
we
Officer
got
pick for the survivors.
yeah. Okay. Nothing
It
too
seems like on the
crazy,
hunter
nothing
side. Oh,
too out of the
sorry.
out of the normal here. Go ahead.
It definitely seems like the hunter's trying to take out any characters that could be somewhat tanky. With the puppeteer, gravekeeper, and doctor who can heal and take some extra hits.
Mhm. And it looks like the survivors agree with a psychologist pick. Probably trying to put in a little bit more of that tankiness onto the team.
For sure, for sure. I think it's somewhat interesting to see a psychologist as a round one pick as compared to other survivors. But
Mm,
given
it's
fans
true.
probably, like you said, to add some health onto their team.
All right. And then finally, we got a Lanternist ban and a Professor pick. Right. Seems like a fairly solid team here. Let's
Definitely
see.
a pretty good team off the bat. Ju- it would just depend on who the hunter picks on whether or not they go for the
Correct.
professor.
Mhm.
Or psychologist, whichever. They're a chip hunter.
A little bit muffled again.
Oh, I'm so
Survivor,
sorry.
team Yeah, no, you're good, you're good. We're gonna figure things out in the beginning here. Yes, so, survivors, to answer questions in the chat here, are going to be ankle biters first against Rebirth Hunter. Hey. Yeah, a little bit hard to find what to say when we can't really do our normal stalking of the profiles.
Oh, that Dream Witch is coming out first. That's very exciting. I was wondering if it would come out given that their profile is
We
entirely Dream Witch,
we
so there
got
was
the Dream
a
Witch.
big potential for that Dream Witch to be banned later.
Alright. See here, let's see here. And let's figure out here who did pick the map. Looks like Rebirth did pick the map. So I wonder if this is on in favor of the hunter or the survivor. What do you think about a Dream Witch on Leo's?
Truthfully, I I think it's a really good map. I think that Dream Witch does well because it's a smaller area and it's more open, so she can somewhat see survivors from further away.
It's true. It's true. But then again, I've also been proven wrong, sometimes when it comes to Dream Witch on bigger maps too. I've seen her dominate. We'll see. Okay, so with these spawn settings here, who who do we think is gonna be first chase?
Hmm, that's a good question. I wouldn't be surprised um if she actually went for she could go for the first officer, to be honest, and switch between her leeches, or she could go for the psychologist. Psychologist is in factory, but at the same time it's got that palette, but it's not necessarily the like strongest spot for a dream witch given how easy it is to sandwich someone off in factory.
Mhm. I'd have to agree. Oh, forgot to look at builds. We'll
No, you're
get a
good.
glance at them in
I
just a moment
believe
here. Yeah,
prospector
so it's full kite
or
on the
professor.
psychologist, no BT on the professor who has tied, and then looks like tied BT on the officer. And the enchantress, I'm not sure I quite caught, but I believe we do have BT and perhaps windows.
Let me double check. It does seem like the Enchantress is running BT and Flywheel.
Flywheel. Okay.
So I hope this fixed my quality of mic because it was kind of
Yeah.
fuzzy before. Um,
It sounds pretty good now.
okay, that's good. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
So it looks like we're right off the bat putting some pressure on the officer. And then perhaps we're gonna. Oh, and there's the patroller. See here, there goes the one stack. So far, we only have because we've put the follower on the first officer here. It's gonna take a few moments here to get another follower up on the enchantress. So far, so good. We've definitely got that cipher progress going. Yeah.
We do have the opportunity to, I believe, leech the Enchantress now in order to sandwich her off in that area with that first pallet being broken.
Mm-hmm. Looks like the Enchantress might be aware of that, so we are transitioning out into containers. Oh, and a bit of an early flywheel, and down goes the Enchantress.
Seems like they're gonna
See,
try
looks
and
like we
branch
might
out
send
to
in
the
the...
professor.
Yes, okay. Or... can't tell here. Yeah, because we also see the officer making a move here, too. But it does look like ultimately it's going to be Professor rescuing here. There's the other patroller. Hey. Alright, simple rescue. Not going for the body block. Take a look here. Down goes the Enchantress. First Officer Cypher still at 75, although it looks like we've got somebody taking over it now. Alright. Oh! And we did get the double hit on the Professor. Not a bad pace so far, I would say, and we are already starting that last cipher now.
I agree. It could definitely be anyone's game at this point. We have the Enchantress who's going to be on her second chair now, but at the same time, the next rescue is full health, despite having a leech, and their
Mhm.
cipher progress isn't. It's moving, but they're still missing, I think, a cipher and a half.
Oh, we did get the hit on the first officer, but due to the Poseidon Watch, we should be able to get this rescue. Maybe? Maybe not.
I think we might be selling the Enchantress in this case.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That patroller did come out at a very early time, did catch that officer off guard a bit there. And unfortunately, we do lose more win potential with the elimination of the Enchantress.
I
Now,
agree.
Shack
I'm
does seem to
wondering.
be a bit of a tricky spot here, considering the main body can vault and trap the officer inside, but looks like he's maybe become aware of that, and we are on the move. There's the switch to blink. All right. Hey, things looking a little bit more dire on the side of the survivors here.
Agreed. However, first, or last cipher being somewhat far away from where the action is happening with the first officer could lead to a potential positive for the survivors, given that
Oh,
she has to manage from all the way over at Moongate to over here at Ruins, the water tank.
mm-hmm. I laugh a little bit at the flywheel for distance. Saw what happened to the other person that tried to time the flywheel and said, "No, we're going for it." Not leaving it up to chance.
It would seem like the survivors
Right.
would need to start a new cipher somewhat further away, given that their two ciphers currently right now are so close to each other, could lead to the potential of them being cipher logged.
Mhm, mhm. Doing our best here to pressure the ciphers, and it looks like are we gonna take the time to heal? Looks like we might take time to heal here. Although I'm not sure the Dream Witch is gonna give that time. And down goes the psychologist. Looks like we are going for a reset. Probably gonna send in that first officer. And then the professor is gonna go decode the psychologist's cipher. Or at least put pressure on it. Oh, never mind. It's the professor going in. There goes my predictions.
Dude, he's all for the work in this matchup.
It is. Like,
Okay.
main rescuer? No, that's me. There's the phantom. Oh,
Oh,
Emil. Oh, right idea. A little bit different in execution. Gonna switch on to the professor. Probably, yeah, probably aware at this point that the professor does not have BT. An item use out of the officer here. What's the play at this point? We do
this
have a
is
lot of leeches on
hard.
the board. Or at least we did have a lot of leeches on the board.
The
At
removal
this
of the
point, I
leeches would
think
definitely be the first step for
survivors.
them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're
Um,
good. You're good.
oh, I think the idea would be for the professor to head over to that water tank cipher, try and get a little bit away
Mhm.
from the Dream Witch, and have the first officer go for the rescue on site.
I would agree. Oh, and it is basement.
No, basement.
The officer did at some point dig up that perfume, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem. The Dream Witch was able to get out that last watch from him, but now, oh, going in pretty early. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh! Oh no!
Oh, now she's heading
Oh,
for
the
the
terror shock.
professor, but she missed her blink on the professor after the terror shock on the first officer. I think their only chance
Oh.
right now would be to try and get a one man, but I'm not sure if they communicated that the dungeon was over where first officer was originally. Or not first officer, professor.
That indeed was a brutal terror shock. How unfortunate. And right afterwards, you see our hunters switch right over to that professor. No time to waste. I was gonna say, I think more often than not, to rush a match is more detrimental to the survivor side. And I do have to say, I feel that the survivors did rush things a little bit there, leading into a terror shock and unable to secure a one out. Or so it
I
seems.
agree. There was definitely a potential for the first officer to make that rescue happen, um, with a little bit of waiting on his side from rescuing in basement, especially since the cipher's not
Mhm.
primed yet.
And you especially are able to waste time with a perfume.
I
Unfortunate. This
agree.
Dream Witch is just so good at putting on the pressure. Nice
Oh,
scale.
nice scale from the professor. The problem is that he's gonna have to kite out the bleed out time for the first officer, which can be a very, very long time.
And there's the surrender. Beautiful work from that Dream Witch. A badge definitely well deserved.
Agreed. The Dream Witch was amazing in this matchup. She held some really good control, and while at the beginning there might have been some leniency with cipher progress, she really snowballed once it started getting to endgame, which is usually how Dream Witches come
Mm-hmm.
back.
Wow. And a very good effort from the survivors here. I found that the match momentum seemed to shift in both favors at different times.
I agree for sure. They did amazing as well. I think that they played a good game in this, like, especially in the beginning, the first kite, and they were coordinating their rescues perfectly to where everyone was taking over a cipher and maintaining that cipher pressure for the Dream Witch.
For sure. Okay. Let's see. Did Tide make it? Yep, looks like Tide made it back into the room. Yeah, and I don't know if you saw those stats just now, but it looked like a 127-second kite from the professor there. Between all the rescuing and the kiting, yeah, I can definitely see where the time came in.
Yes, for sure. He did a really good job at restraining the Dream Witch and making sure that whenever she turned her attention on him, he was able to keep time up for the rest of his teammates.
For sure. Definitely gave them the time they needed to decode, to reset, to deleach, all of it. I could see where that match could have gone a little bit different. But yeah, for now, looks like we are going to be switching over to Rebirth Survivors versus Ankle Biter Hunter. In a few minutes here, hopefully we can tell you a little bit more about Ankle Biter Hunter, unless do you have any information on them?
I would definitely need to see who the hunter is in order to, or who they're putting in as their hunter for the roster. So let me take a look at their matchup channel really quickly.
Just rereading some of the chat messages here. Lots of fans for Blue Cow. Lots of fans for that professor specifically. Good work. Definitely stuff to aspire to. Let's see here. Yeah, Junie, what's your preferred role in the game? You
I'm a
survivor,
survivor
hunter?
main. Yeah, I'm a survivor
Same.
main. I play hunter a little bit, but not anywhere near the skill level of some of these hunters in this tournament.
Yeah, but I'm assuming you have fun. What do you like to play for hunting?
Personally, I really like playing hermit. Um, I
Okay.
like
Alright.
hermit, Joseph, Wu Chang. I used to be a big geisha main back in like I don't
Nice,
know
nice.
season 19 or something.
Okay. See, I'd say probably the only hunter I play somewhat frequently would be Soul Weaver.
Soul Weaver's a hard hunter. I've tried to play her a couple times, and I feel like I always get like five ciphered.
I just like the speed. But yeah, you definitely have some. Well, I don't know. Is it more speed or is it more about teleporting with Geisha and Hermit?
Um, I usually find that I like hunters that make the match a little longer. I like to have a little longer to think about what I'm doing next and um managing.
Mhm.
Although I don't think I could envision myself as a Dream Witch main. There's so much going on when you have to play her and having all of those leeches and making sure you manage each individual one. I think it's a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
out of my realm of being able to manage, but
Oh, same. The mind split is definitely there. The
it is for
multitasking is
sure.
crazy. Real quick before we get into our next match here, I am looking at our hunter here. Looks like we got S badge for undead and also an S badge for violinist. Current S badge too.
A
Those
violinist
are both
main.
hunters. Yeah, those are both hunters I'm not sure I've really seen too much in tournament. How do you feel about that?
I am very excited. I absolutely love seeing violinist matchups happen, and I think I did see a B badge for Hullabaloo, so there is a potential for some meta play, maybe later, but I think they might wanna pull out an undead or violinist first, especially since their violinist badge is what's being displayed currently.
Mhm. You never know, sometimes these people, they get little trick cards up their sleeves. Things that
I
they've been practicing
know.
secretly.
I'm excited to
Alright, but
see
right
what this
off the
person
bat
does.
I know, me too. Whatever it's gonna be, I'm sure it's gonna be interesting. So right off the bat, looks like we got a doctor and a mechanic ban. See here. Immediately going into our survivor picks. First two are gonna be, let's see here, escapologist and lanternist. Seem to be some common beginning match picks, I would say. The times I've seen lanternist and escapologist picked as the first two survivors, it's been pretty common, I'd say. Both very solid.
I agree. Lanternus is a very solid pick all around, no matter what team comp you're in. And then Escapologist, I think, is a little more niche. Um, but he can be a pretty good round one pick, especially if you're needing to get some like kite ability or support for your teammates.
Okay, we do have the meteorologist ban, not banning a rescuer. It kind of makes me feel like they're keeping the rescuer open in order to perhaps bait it in, considering rescuers kind of lose a bit of purpose when it comes to an undead match. But it looks like the survivors aren't falling for it, going mostly for the secondary rescue type characters, plus a healer with barmaid and then a decoder with fire lady.
This is definitely a fast decoding team comp to try and keep the cipher pressure up. They might be going for an undead, um, it, but it is interesting given that I usually find undeads typically have like a tie as they're commonly tying. when the hunter would need
Mhm.
4K in order to tie up their matchup for this round.
True. I think the violinist, by the way, and the undead combo is quite interesting. Because one, you don't need, rescuers as much. The other one, you certainly do. So with this a little bit more rescuer weak team comp, we could go the violinist and prioritize stuffing those rescues.
I agree. I think if anything, a violinist would probably be the preferable pick here. Like you said, for violinist, you kind of need someone who can take multiple hits and get that rescue off, even if they get double hit.
And there it is. Okay. Sorry, I interrupted you. I was just a little
No,
bit
you're
excited to
fine,
see the
you're fine.
violinist. The
Um,
fire lady definitely puts up a bit of a fight against the violinist. Perhaps the barmaid too. I guess they all have their fair shot against violinist, but once somebody goes down, getting them back up again could be a bit of a challenge.
I agree. While they do have a team comp that might be good against a violinist, kiting wise, or at least decent against a violinist, I think that the lack of a rescuer is going to put some extra pressure on them. I'm sure the escapologist is gonna be that first rescuer, so I wouldn't be entirely sure, um, that he might get chased first, given that he would be the one that can withstand a violinist, at least for the first rescue.
It's true. And it looks like we only have one tied on the team with full kite on the barmaid, Windows plus BT on the fire lady, and then also the same build for the lanternist. I'm not sure they were quite expecting the violinist to come out, but
Me
we will
neither.
see.
I think they might have been trying to prioritize for, an undead instead.
Mhm. Yeah, I think you're right in that the best chase here might actually be the escapologist.
For sure, for sure, and it's so exciting seeing a violinist round 1 pick, really, you wouldn't see too much of this, in official tournaments or anything like that, so it's always fun having community tournaments where you can see these specialty picks off the bat.
It's so true, and I completely agree. That is the beauty of the community tournaments, is we get to see some more unconventional plays. No, I'm definitely sat for it. Also, I find that I mean, and I don't have any hunter knowledge really, but I do notice that when I do see a violinist, it is often on Leo's memory. So I wonder if this would be a strong map for the I'm assuming this is the strong map for the Antonio here.
I think that it's small enough that Antonio's able to navigate properly through the map, but I also think that it's open enough that it's easier for an Antonio to see to place his, strings down.
Mhm. Speaking of which, looks like we are placing the barmaid first. I'd say that's not a bad pick either, when it comes to these different survivors.
I agree entirely. I think the violinist would probably have to try and get he'd either have to get enough, um he'd either have to get close enough and get a string to get a hit before her,
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you for
goblin
just a
goes up.
second here. Please hold that thought. Looks like we
No, you're
do have
good.
a bit of a blockage on the gameplay here. If our streamer could maybe fix that. Looks like yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, go ahead, Jeannie. I would love to hear the rest of what you're
Wait.
gonna say.
Oh, you're good. Thank you. So I think that in order for the violinist to get a nice early down on the barmaid, he would have had to string closer to the barmaid and get that hit off almost immediately, or vice versa. But it seems like the barmaid was able to get her first drink off with no problems.
There you have it. So, like we said earlier,
Oh,
Yeah, a bit of a challenge for the oh, was that a missed blink?
That was a missed blink from the violinist. I thought that might
I
have hit
blinked and I
her,
missed
but
the missed blink.
just barely.
Ooh. And there's the second drink. Yeah, like we said earlier, the chase is a bit hard here, but perhaps once we get the down, that's when the magic's gonna happen. But we'll see. Now, correct me if I'm
Violinist
wrong, but I believe a member of Rebirth was previously a violinist main. I wonder if this is a team that is somewhat experienced fighting Antonio.
I definitely think
Oh,
there's a
and there's the pallet
potential.
stun.
I think it might have been the escapologist who was the
I believe
violinist
so
main
too.
previously.
It'd
Um,
be awesome if anybody in the chat could verify that for us, but yeah, I and there's the down. We
but
do
that cipher
have
progress is very, very, very bad for the Antonio.
yeah, we and there's also kind of the lack of pressure for the survivors to really even go for this save, considering their hunter did 4K. We are
They
moving
could
the chair
again.
though. Oh yes, so looks like the chat is verified for us that it was um Zeus who was violinist man. I thought I had heard that somewhere around the block. And they pop. Not quite getting that window hit. A bit shocked there.
I'm
Feels like
also
it
a bit
always hits
shocked
when it
because
comes
poor
to me.
Antonio's hitbox has been not
I
forgiving to him
know.
lately.
But no matter the circumstance, you gotta keep trying.
For sure.
Even this
At the
one
very
out
least,
is
it was a
does
1K.
help. Mhm.
This prevents them from getting that extra point from a 4 escape.
It's true. It's true. And we also prevent ourselves from getting that last hit, that last like extra point there. So even in this situation, I'd say, yeah, never give up. Get your 1K, and then it's time to fight the next round. Let's see here. Yeah, that barmaid put up a 178-second kite there for pretty much the entire match. Including a
That was a
pallet strike
beautiful kite
too.
from the
Pretty
barmaid.
good. Mhm. I
Her
wonder if
drink
at some
timing
point maybe
was
we get the drink out and then we switch to another target. I do appreciate the confidence though in attempting to down that barmaid.
I definitely agree. I think that the barmaid's drink timing was just it was really, really it was good for them as she knew how to manage her drinks appropriately and make sure that not only was she getting those drinks off during intervals where the violinist couldn't necessarily get a string off on her, but was also making sure that her kites would never interfere with any of the other survivor ciphers, keeping that cipher progress up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely something to aspire to, I'd say, as like a survivor main. Kite forever. Don't impede the coding. Win. That is definitely the ideal.
However, there is, given that they've used these characters already, there is an interesting, it's going to be an interesting second round, given that they might play undead, and those characters being gone could be detrimental to the survivors later on.
That is true. Yeah. So even with round 1 over, we aren't really sure what's going to happen next here. Probably some unfavorable results for ankle biters here, but they could definitely take this next round. We will see. Me, I'm always excited to see a next round, a third round, I guess I should say. It's great when we can see both teams really come out and do their best, fight with all they've got. So yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay,
Close matchups that include a third round are really fun to watch. It's always fun seeing them branch out, especially given that third round. People usually have to play off meta and niche picks that they might have practiced for years.
mhm. Sure does feel different playing it. I know, in my team's previous matchup on what was it, Friday? Going into that third round was exciting, but also very nerve-wracking too. So I definitely feel for the teams too.
Yes,
Alrighty.
it's always a nice show for the viewers, but at the same time, that round 3 is so anxiety inducing, especially if they're
Mhm.
entirely tied up and it could just be a 1 point difference that gets team the win as compared to the other.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see. So looks like no substitutions on the side of Rebirth here. Looks like ankle biters are going to be subbing out their hunter. So it looks like we've missed our chance to see the undead. Unfortunate. I really did want to see that undead. Let's see here. The map ban is going to be Chinatown. And then looks like ankle biters are up for picking the map here. And we will see that in just a moment, hopefully. Someone says, nah, trust. Round 3 undead. Who knows? It could
Yeah, yeah,
happen.
yeah.
I might be speaking too soon here. Hmm.
Minute,
Okay, so
get in there.
assuming yes, so we should be seeing well, actually, I'm not sure, who will be hunting first, but if we see Blue Cow again, what hunter would you like to see next?
Ooh, I think it would definitely given that it's Red Church, I think a really good hunter to play would be an opera singer. There's always that hmm, I haven't I've seen a couple of dentists here and there, but
Mhm.
I would honestly like to see some more dentist gameplay too, given that he just came out, and I think this is one of the first community tournaments that allowed him to be played.
True, true. Yes, and so it does look like Blue Cow will be hunting first here. And yeah, now we're gonna get our players in and we will see. Red Church is kind of a tricky map these days. I'm not sure that it's the most favored for the hunting side. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't I typically don't think that it is either. I think that Arms and Red Church are typically more survivor favoring and a little more lenient to survivors than other maps. Um, what hunters do you
Mhm.
want to see, or would you like to see within this
Let me
matchup?
think. I do love a good opera game. Those are always fun to watch. Even if we do see them a lot, I found that I still enjoy them. Um, let me think here. Those high walls do make it a little bit harder for Hullabaloo in my opinion.
I agree. I think it's one of his weaker maps, given that his jumps don't necessarily give him too much distance.
Mhm. Maybe it's because I'm seeing Blue Cow's profile picture, but perhaps a Qist would be nice to see.
I wouldn't mind a Qist. A Qist can definitely have some control on those smaller maps and is able to easily block off some ciphers.
It's true. I would say I find Qist to be quite a menace on Red Church personally. Kind of does well on those smaller maps, although he does have quite the reach. I guess we'll find out here in just a moment. Let's see. So looks like Survivor global bans are gonna be Enchantress, First Officer, psychologist, and professor. In this second matchup, what do you think we're gonna see from the survivor side? With no knowledge, of course, because they've all hidden their profiles from us. Shame.
Um, given given the previous matchup where it was a I believe it was a win for Rebirth, I think they'd wanna
Mhm.
go for a safe team comp that can maybe secure a tie in order to try and gain some of those points back so their hunter can, recoup with a 4K on their side.
That's a good idea. And when I think Ty, I usually think Embalmer, but what do we think of Embalmer on Red Church?
There's definitely I there could be some viability, but I think I'm being swayed by the Embalmer profile picture right now on one of the players'
Oh,
profile.
okay. Well, I get that.
I
Yes.
think there might be an Embalmer. I also think that a mechanic would be a pretty good pick, um, to secure some of that cipher progress. I think a stable rescuer would be good. I know they've already used first officer, but I think at the very least they could probably do maybe a journalist to guarantee a
Mm,
rescue without any hits. I think that could
true,
probably work
true.
out pretty well.
We still have our pick of the rescuers here. They could go the escapologist like we saw in the last half of last round. They also have the gravekeeper, mercenary. We also have some hmm. We also have some harassers that could act as a secondary rescue. For the moment, in our round two here, we are pretty open, but yeah, of course it's gonna depend on those bands, and of course, we'll see what the hunter goes for with that.
There is one thing that I see from the Vaughn player, and they have a C badge for Explorer, and I think an Explorer pick in this map would be really funny, but also I think it would be good to get some of that progress, especially if they're gonna pick Qist. Um, Explorer does
Dang, is Blue
his
Cow
mages
listening to
kind of
us?
go
There's the
against it.
escapologist and mech man.
Oh, and they're
Sorry.
banning the opera.
I think they're listening to us. Yeah, if you're listening, guys, the people they want a tied mind's eye and
Yeah,
also a
yeah, yeah.
gravekeeper. Gravekeeper
Tide
full
Mind's
kite.
Eye, please
Um,
play the
mind's eye
Chinese
tied.
Neverland skit.
We got it. Hey, okay, so gravekeeper and magician right out the bat. Lanternist ban. And yeah, going back real quick to what you're saying about the explorer, I think yeah, an explorer embalmer can definitely secure a tie. And of course, that would help with a possible queuist. Cheerleader
For
ban.
sure.
What do you make of that?
Ooh, a cheerleader? That's kind of hmm. I'm thinking the hunter, they could be a slower hunter. It could be someone who doesn't have the ability to catch up with a faster survivor as quickly. It could be I don't know. There's always the
And also
potential, I guess,
answering
that it could be a
barmaid and
Mary. Marys don't
ooh.
typically like any of those characters. Hmm.
The Mary on Red Church, I think, would do quite well. I mean, we are single elevation, for one thing. Hmm. And then the lucky guy pick for the last pick. I don't disagree, kind of a pseudo mech, considering the mech was banned. And then also just a very versatile character, even better than before with the buffs, and definitely has that versatility to deal with a versatile hunter. So we will see.
Very excited to see who the hunter is able to pick. The survivors are currently adjusting their talents. Um, I think this team comp, starting off with the magician and gravekeeper, was pretty solid on their end, given that mech was banned first. They went for a route where the first two at least have some more survivability and are
Mhm.
able to make easier rescues than other characters.
True. Peddler! Oh my goodness,
Ooh,
Peddler. I forgot about the Peddler. Big
I
fan of
honestly did
Grandma.
too.
She's super awesome, very iconic. I hope I see the latest skin with the clarinet player. Okay,
This
did
is
you see
definitely
that coming? I'm not sure I saw that coming.
I didn't see that coming at all. To be honest, I also forgot that Peddler existed. Um,
Poor Grandma.
but she definitely could have an easier time given her spawn. She could go for that barmaid very, very easily. Um,
Mhm.
there's not too much for the barmaid to kite with. There's a lot of areas that the peddler can um, block off with her vines, and catching up to the survivors is going to be even easier on those. Even if barmaid can make it to graveyard, those long hallways is really easy for a peddler to vine off.
Oh, and yeah, even if we didn't go for a tie comp here, I am seeing that triple tide. Looking to probably get as many survivors out as possible versus going for a safer guarantee of a tie. Yeah, holy tide, Batman. That's a lot of tide.
That is definitely it could also definitely be a means to waste time to even guarantee
Mm,
that tie without the common tie characters.
mhm. Yeah, so it looks like no BT on just the magician here, and then tied on the lucky and the gravekeeper, of course. Yeah, that cheerleader band does make a lot more sense now, doesn't it?
I agree. I was struggling to think of the hunters that cheerleader does pretty well against, but I just entirely glazed over peddler.
Oh, looks like this is the B tier from I believe, the Archer Essence. Pretty good skin, I must say. Yeah, looks like you're right about possibly going for that barmaid if we can find her. Looks like we got a pretty good sense of where she's gone though, so here we go with the first chase. Pretty good strat of going to the graveyard where there's no one decoding. Just barely getting that chip, actually. Unfortunate on the side of
Oh
the
no.
barmaid.
Oh, missing that second chip. Thankfully for the barmaid's benefit, she's able to start that Dovlin off, but she has to be very, very careful.
Mhm. And unfortunately, since that speed drink did get canceled, I believe, by the chip, we aren't able to get that first drink out. Unfortunately. Train conductor, love that. Just have to say. Classic skin.
That is such
Um,
a cute skin for Gravekeeper. I adore it
I
so
know.
much.
It's perfect. It seems to be a community favorite. We are getting that hit on the Gravekeeper, so not a completely damageless. And there's the warp,
Oh no!
and there's the terror shock, unfortunately. I don't know,
Peddler's
what do you
now
do
at
in that
full presence.
situation? You gotta try to survive, but at the same time, you don't wanna give presents. Considering we do have a bunch of tides, though, it might have been more preferable to not give, presents to the peddler here and eat that hit.
I definitely agree. It was a very,
Okay,
very
let's
close vault. Seconds earlier, and maybe there would have been no hit on that, but unfortunately, she did get terror shocked, and that peddler now has full presence and is the barmaid also got chaired somewhat close to the Gravekeeper cipher, so he's not able to finish that third cipher off.
mhm. I thought we were sending oh, it looks like I can't quite tell if they were wanting to rescue with the lucky guy. I was watching the lucky guy, stalk on up to the chair holding the gun, so I thought we were gonna make a play there, but yeah. And then we are downing the Gravekeeper here. Looks like we are gonna chair him. We're in a bit of a sticky spot here. We do have almost 3 ciphers done, but that 5th one hasn't been started just yet.
I agree. This is getting somewhat risky for the survivors, but um I think it is I don't know if the lucky guy was planning on going in for that rescue on the barmaid and wasn't able to make it in time, or if they were selling the barmaid in order to preserve their 2 remaining tides for the second rescues.
Oh, unfortunate, just barely getting that 51% chair rescue. The Gravekeeper does have the shovel, makes a quick getaway, but we will get the down on the Magician. Do we go for the Gravekeeper? Or, yes, it looks like we will be going for the Gravekeeper. Great call out, though. We did see the general direction that the Gravekeeper was going to go, but still a great call out by the peddler, making that prediction that the Gravekeeper would be right here. And down goes the Gravekeeper, moments away from elimination.
The situation has become incredibly dicey for the survivors. They have at least gotten 2 ciphers done, so there is the potential for a dungeon escape, especially since the lucky guy took the time to heal Magician, so Magician wouldn't have to use his self-heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit of a battle of tenacity here. We're gonna have to do our best to try to not lose the score as badly, but we will see here. Oh, using the ability to in order to Oh! Oh!
No! That
Unfortunate!
was such a good play from that
Unfortunate!
peddler. Oh my goodness.
Seeing some good game knowledge from the peddler here. Oh, I feel that. That feels so bad.
I know, I just like my heart sank for the lucky guy.
I have to admit, beautiful play from Blue Cow. We have to take our hats off and keep our hats off, for them. But
That was such a
yeah,
gorgeous
that,
move on the peddler's behalf. It was amazing.
oh, so sorry to that lucky guy. We do catch sight of the trail. Oh, watch out, Magician! Don't run into her! Able to block the doorway with that, wand. We don't have much else to go. Get a little speed boost. Whoa! Whoa! Never say Magician doesn't have the spins. Using that warp to get back to the lucky guy here. We have our sights on him. Forced to pick up. Ooh, what is happening there with the vine? Not quite sure. Maybe Red Church needs a little bit of smoothing down on its assets.
Oh, small TLC
Going
for
right
Red
through the
Church.
wall. And down goes the lucky guy. No more self-heal. Gonna head back for the magician who picks himself up here.
The lucky guy is pretty close to bleeding out, so the peddler's going to have to be a little careful in making sure that she can properly down this magician before the lucky guy bleeds out and he's able to make it to dungeon.
It's gonna be a difficult one. Magician only has... Oh! He has the spins! But it is not enough for the granny cow.
I wanted to circle
Good
back
effort
on
there by the survivors.
yes, definitely a good effort and beautiful plays from that peddler. That avoidance of the gun stun was insane.
Mhm. Oh, definitely a good play. Let's see. Okay. I wonder if we could've Thinking here. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, that the barmaid couldn't get off that first drink. I think things were definitely, a lot harder to come back from with that.
I
Looks
agree.
like
I
we've
think,
got a Go ahead, go ahead.
oh, you're good. I think that for the, um, survivor faction, when the barmaid got chaired initially, the Gravekeeper's rescue was pretty good on the barmaid. However, I think the Gravekeeper should have moved to a further cipher and maybe let someone loop back around to take that one over so he wasn't found as easily when barmaid
Mm,
did blast off.
true. What do you think about the selling the barmaid?
I I'm not entirely sure. I swore the lucky guy was going in for the rescue.
I thought so
Um,
too.
I was a little surprised, but like I said, I think maybe they were looking to save their 2 tides for the 2nd survivor on chair rather than
Mhm.
potentially keep the barmaid alive, who admittedly would have less
True.
resources. She wasn't able to get off her
That is a
drink,
strategy.
so her Dovlin would have taken a lot longer to get her 2nd drink, and so she was essentially without resources. Adler could have just downed her just as quickly.
True. Looks like we do have some win conditions here. Ankle Biter's Hunter definitely has the pressure on now with needing to get a 4K in order to make it to that second matchup. Or the third matchup rather. And then anything else will be Rebirth's win. So can Rebirth tie it all up in a nice bow and get this win? Or are we going to fight nail and tooth to get that third round? We will see.
I'm definitely excited to see what the hunter works with to try and guarantee that 4K.
Mhm.
One thing I
Best
will
of
say
luck
though.
to both.
Oh,
Mhm.
no, you're good. Um, I think that their first characters that they picked that are global banned wouldn't affect them too much now. They need pretty much anything a one man, so they could go for an embalmer, a mechanic, anything that just guarantees them more time and more safety later on.
It's true. This is gonna be a hard one. Knowing the win conditions, Rebirth is sitting kind of pretty here. But yeah, depending on how they pick their characters, perhaps the hunter can find a way to counter it. We'll have to see a little bit closer to our picks and bans here. Oh,
I
I totally forgot that Ankle Biters does have a different hunter in this time.
Oh, that's gonna be an
Oh,
interesting,
oh, wait, are we? I am seeing the same. Oh, I did see the same hunter for a moment there, but I'm not sure. I believe we did sub out hunters for Rebirth. Let me look.
I know that during my matchup, I kept inviting our hunter on
Or
accident
sorry, ankle
when we were
biters.
playing
I keep saying
survivors.
Rebirth, I mean ankle biters. What are you saying?
Oh, I said, I know during our matchup, I kept accidentally inviting the hunter when we were playing on the survivor side, so it might have just been
Oops.
an accident on ankle biter's side.
Oops.
Um, what do you
Yeah, ankle
think we'll see
biters.
though?
Oh, what was your question?
What do you think we'll see for the hunter side in order to try and get that 4K down?
Honestly, we'd have to see something a little bit more risky. Um, Perhaps a bleed out is what we would need. Something that would be good for that would be a hermit, as far as I understand. Definitely want to go for something with a lot of map pressure, take advantage of the fact that this is Red Church. Or we could just go guns blazing, choose a less spread out hunter and just try to brute force our way through this? We'll see. Yeah, I'm feeling like we gotta go a little bit more risky here, but I'm not quite sure what that entails, as I am a survivor main. And I barely touch hunters. But, I wish I could actually, let me go ahead and pull up a hunter roster here. Uh, there's been lots of talk about Mad Eyes in the last few matches, as we've had a lot of Mad Eye players. Suppose Mad Eyes would be something kind of risky, but could have good results. Clown is something that could definitely work here, perhaps. What else we got?
If the hunter is who I think it is, there might be the potential that it's a Mad Eyes player. Um,
Okay.
I think I'm not entirely sure if I can remember. But I do believe that they were a Mad Eyes player or are currently. And
Mm-hmm.
I know that because I've seen them in a previous tournament before, and I know they have a lot of badges for a lot of different characters. So they have a lot of versatility.
Okay. And let's see. Let me find out. Yeah, it looks like ankle biters did choose Red Church, so this could be in favor of the hunter here. And if I'm correct, Mad Eyes would work well on Red Church. What else do we have? A lizard. I think there's kind of debates on whether lizard can 4K or not. Suppose it depends on the player.
I
Hmm.
believe that they also play, if I'm remembering right, this hunter also plays Peddler. So it would be interesting to
Okay.
see Peddler on Peddler.
Uh-huh. Barmaid for barmaid, peddler for peddler. Hewist would also kind of give a similar effect to the hermit with slowing down that cipher progress. Um, we could also see a goat man or an ivy or some of the other more meta picks. Those are definitely ones to look out for. And yeah, I mean, the only global ban we have for on the hunter side is going to be a violinist. So we definitely still have our picks here. Once again, it's all going to depend on what we ban and what we pick here. Kind of the fun part of the tournament is having to adapt to the different scenarios and yeah. Oh, are they
Oh
listening to us? I
no.
feel like they're they're with the Mad Eyes. Hmm. Well, I would like to think that this means I know something about the game if we're thinking similarly here, that the Mad Eyes is gone. Um, okay. Okay. So, Priestess and Mechanic ban. I have seen Priestess be a bit of a menace on this match. There goes the Mechanic. Gravekeeper and Enchantress picks. Okay, pretty standard so far. Kind of feeling like a round one, not gonna lie.
I wonder what the survivors are planning on a hunter picking if they're going for a Gravekeeper and Enchantress.
Seer ban. Nothing to infer too much from these picks and bans so far. Besides the very bold Mad Eyes ban. Okay, going for a typical rescuer and secondary rescue comp here with the addition of the aeroplanist prisoner ban. Could we
It
be
seems like the
going
hunter's trying to
for
get any of that
a
decoding progress gone.
mhm. Could we be going for a hermit? Is that possible?
Oh my god. Hunter, if you're
I don't
listening,
know.
Hermit. He's the way to go.
Would you play hermit, Judy?
Um, The thing is I don't think I'd be able to play against this team, but to be honest, Puppeteer is not good against a Hermit.
True.
Um,
That is something to capitalize on possibly here.
Enchantress isn't necessarily amazing either. She does get those stuns, but at the same time, if the Hermit stuns her first, she can't get off a stun. Um,
Mhm.
the
We could also
Aeroplanist
go
and
Goatman,
Gravekeeper, though,
Hullabaloo, Ivy.
there
Out
are
of the,
so many characters that this
there
guy
are
plays.
possibilities. I think out of the meta characters, I think possibly the Ivy would be best. Oh, maybe not. It's hard to say. Looks like we're really
If
wanting to
the
see the undead in chat here.
if we were to play the
Yeah.
Ivy, I think it would be good for the for Ankle Biter's side, as these characters would have to be very careful and cognizant of Ivy and making sure that they can get their abilities off without Ivy stunning them out of it.
Mhm. Good point. Good point. Yeah, it's true. I mean, an Enchantress stun is an Enchantress stun, but it could also cancel the recovery. the
I was about to say,
I was about to say too. I was I thought about it. I don't know why, but I thought about it too. I didn't say it though. I wasn't sure. Are we do looks like we are. We're gonna go for the Hullabaloo. You know, I'm suddenly remembering a matchup in which I was a puppeteer against a Hullabaloo, and it was not a fun time.
I mean, he
So
has no hit
yeah, I don't know.
recovery. It's just hit on hit on hit. Like
Mhm. What do we think?
the Hullabaloo pick is interesting. I don't think that this is a really like this is the strongest map for a Hullabaloo. However, I can see why they would pick Hullabaloo given the characters.
True. This all isn't really giving round 2 vibes to me, I must say. This seems like something I would see come out at a, round 1. But nothing wrong
I
with that,
agree.
it's just we will have to see, there's not too much to gain from any predictions we could make at this point. Alright, do you wanna tell the people about our builds here?
Yes, so there is only one borrowed time, and that is on the Gravekeeper. There are 3 tides total. This is gonna be the Aeroplanist, Puppeteer, and Gravekeeper holding those tides, while
Ooh,
Enchantress has full kite. Um, so they're definitely trying to get that one man out and just win the match based on that one man or a tie, but they're trying to at least get one player out.
mhm. It'll be interesting to see how how this triple tide team will use their tides versus the last matchup here. Be curious if we're going for that same strategy of just trying to spread out the tides between the different players, or if we're going to use it to guarantee a double tide um, on a single player. Guess we will find out.
I think that there could be the potential that, they use this tides on the single player. I'm not entirely sure if the Hollow Blue would wanna chase Enchantress with full kite. Um, and also, like you were saying earlier, he chews through Puppeteer. Um, no hit recovery makes it really difficult
Mhm.
for a Puppeteer to, not get hit multiple times in one sitting. There's not really much distance gaining for the Puppeteer either. I believe he only
Mhm.
had Flywheel. He didn't have any broken windows or anything to gain distance from the hunter. Oh, no, he had
True.
broken windows, no Flywheel. The Aeroplanist
Oh,
is the one with
okay.
the Flywheel.
We got our look. It's another train conductor. Yeah, it seems to be a popular skin. Um. Okay. Not quite getting the double colors on the shovel here yet. Really trying to dig out this no pun intended. Really trying to dig out this Gravekeeper here. Ooh. Hey, yeah, I guess we didn't consider that the, Gravekeeper would get chased first here. I really did think it was probably gonna be one of the other 3, frankly. But we are on 1 shovel left. Looks like we'll probably stay in the underground mode until the last moment here. Oh, getting a little bit confused by the trails here. Definitely a, benefit to another way to utilize these shovels here is to oh, okay. We are a gravekeeper without any items now, so this could pay off, actually. A little bit
It's
different
also
from some of
important
the
to note
other.
that the Gravekeeper is the only one with borrowed time. So this
True.
could become dicey for them later if the Gravekeeper does not make it to Cypher Pop.
Mhm. Very patient with the pallet here, and it pays off with the pallet stun, prolonging this Gravekeeper's kite just a little bit longer. Was that reduced stun time I saw? It seemed like maybe a little bit of reduced stun time.
Let me double
We'll
check.
see here. And down goes the Gravekeeper. We are starting our last 2 ciphers here. Like you said, though, a little bit tricky with the one BT being on chair now.
The Gravekeeper does not have snooze on his build, meaning that they might not be able to wait out the entirety of the cipher before having to rescue him. But it seems like the puppeteer might be going in early anyways.
Here we are, really committing to this Gravekeeper here. Probably has that sense that they might be the only one with BT on them. Really playing around this red carpet area, kind of getting trapped a little bit between the bodies. And down with the double color. But we are pretty much primed here, unfortunately. It's incredible because, the gameplay felt very fast, and yet the decoding also seemed to go by in the blink of an eye.
I agree. This unfortunately they're already at their prime and the Gravekeeper is only on the second chair, meaning that he will probably make it to the Cypher Pop. Um, which will give them the advantage that the survivor that they chased, the one survivor that had borrowed time will be able to use that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised they're not choosing to pop as soon as Cypher is done. I guess because we have because we have the Tide and the BT. That makes more sense. Give our survivors a little bit more time to position themselves. Both gates being worked on. Gravekeeper still hasn't gone down here. Oh, and getting another pallet stun. Buying even more time for the team. Both gates are now open. We have dungeon here. Now it's just a game of patience. Will Rebirth just have the cherry on top with this? Oh, not quite. Not quite making that a 4 escape, but nonetheless, we do finish out here with a 3 escape and a 1K. Yeah,
Very
I gotta see
impressive
the time
teamwork.
on that one. 196-second kite on the side of the Gravekeeper here.
Definitely didn't feel like that long at all.
No, that
It
was
was
definitely a
just like
match that went by super
yes,
quickly.
it went by very quickly. I think that the survivors had a really, really great coordination. They had good coordination, and also the Hullabaloo unfortunately wasn't able to pressure any ciphers, so that cipher progress was able to continue regardless of the downs in the chairs. Gravekeeper was able to maintain his distance from any of the other chairs, leading to pretty much easy cipher progress for the other team.
Mhm. And it looks like, Oh, I didn't quite catch what the trait on the hullabaloo was. Did you?
The trait was warp, I believe.
Okay. Fairly standard trait for a hullabaloo. Hmm. Well, congratulations are in order for Earth. Well done. We
Yes,
saw
well
some
done, Rebirth. You
amazing
guys played
gameplay.
amazing.
We saw some interesting gameplay, some pretty amazing, outstanding kites there. Definitely something to write home about. And yeah, overall, well done. I was a little bit nervous for them with some of those character picks, considering what the hunters play, but they performed to a T.
Yes, the survivors on the survivor side, their coordination was pr pretty much perfect. They had so much distance between the actual kite and the ciphers. They avoided being cipher locked at any given moment. And also, on the hunter side, I'm just going back to that peddler and thinking about the avoidance of the gun. That was crazy.
Mm. Oh, that sticks in my mind. I'm not sure what the I'm not sure what the lucky guy could have done there. Maybe just been a little bit more patient with it. Waited for an area that was a little bit more out in the open. Hard to say, but everything is 2020 in hindsight.
Agreed.
Oh,
And also, ankle biters did show up and they performed well as well. Their hunters were I adored seeing the violinist pick. They
me too. Me too. Yeah, I wonder if maybe there was a better chase for the violinist besides that mermaid. A little bit unfortunate. But yes, I love the confidence. I love the boldness. It was amazing to see nonetheless. I know biters were definitely hoping for a different result, but hats off to them for how they played.
Yes, thanks to both teams for playing. It was a great show to watch and the first show that I commentated for this tournament, so it was really fun.
Oh, really? Well, awesome. Yeah, same for me too. So hopefully everyone will see a little bit more of us later. And yeah,
Speaking of more of you guys
let me
later,
see.
hi, I'm Tide. If you guys didn't know who I was, anyways, so I did post all of this week's winners in the server. So go check that out if you would like, as well as their next matchup times. And stay tuned because I know next upcoming Friday there will be the reschedule for match
And out a
C.
little bit there.
What? I'm going out. Oh, am I quiet?
A little bit.
Oh,
You
I'm
might want to repeat
sorry.
the last two sentences.
Oh, okay. There will be a rescheduled match C, coming soon this Friday. So hopefully you guys can see you there. And thank you for our commentators, and thank you so much to all of the staff of StarStruck. I really appreciate everyone's help.
Yes,
Oh,
this
they're
was
saying that you're a
incredibly
little
fun.
bit quiet on the
I'm
stream.
quiet again.
I know, they said your volume's a little bit low.
Is it better
Did you want me
now?
to just to repeat what you said, or do you wanna
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have some announcements in the announcement channel, everybody that please. We have some I believe, do we have more matchup times coming, or are those still in the works, Tide?
Still more matchup times? I have all of the matchup times.
Okay. Hey, they said they heard you, so looks like
Oh,
we're
they
all
heard
good there. And
me?
yeah, look, everyone's so nice. Thank you for your compliments. Um,
I don't think I can get
yeah,
any louder
let's
than
see.
this.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So we got it. We got that all figured out. Thank you everyone for your support too of our players. Yeah, big shout out to our host here, Tide.
Aww.
Love being in this space. Always fun. Always great to be part of the community. And yeah, let's see. Do we have any other things to go over or wrapping up here?
I personally don't have anything to go over, but I'm excited to see all the matches for week 2. So I hope everybody stays tuned.
Me too.
And don't forget to redeem your raffle tickets.
Raffle tickets.
The
Where do I
raffle!
get one of those?
Well, you actually,
Where?
staff get raffle tickets every time they help out in a match. As
Oh, baby. Did you hear that, Junie? Looks like you and I need to schedule ourselves more often.
I know. We're gonna be taking all the spots, guys.
you can also get raffle tickets from channel points from Twitch.
Hey. Yeah, so to all of our oh, there went my mic. Sorry. I hope that wasn't too loud.
Currently, we've had
I got
45
it.
redeems from Twitch for raffle tickets.
Okay, well, Kroon doesn't count.
44.
Yes. Well, to all of our chatters who came out to support,
Well, you don't know. What if he wants the
definitely
Norton
keep
Truth and
going.
Inference skin?
Oh.
At that point, he
Is
could
that
just use my
Lone
skin
Wolf?
share. So the
Oh,
three,
that's true.
so
That's
there's
true.
3 prizes from the raffle. So there's 2 shop A tiers that you can you can pick any 2 that are in the shop, and I will gift it to you. Or
Oh,
there
baby.
is the Norton Truth and Inference package. I think it's just a skin code. I actually
Okay.
don't know. There isn't. I'm physically holding it right now.
I'll pretend I can see it.
Yes. Oh, it does say the accessory as well. So yes.
Ooh!
It
So
comes
not
with
just the skin, but the
it comes with
accessory too?
Dazzling Lone Wolf and the S rarity accessory Prospector Dazzling Glory.
Ooh. Those are pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, and are we the last matchup for the night? Is
That
this
is
it?
the last matchup
We
of the
finally
night.
get to rest? It is?
Yes, it is the last matchup of the night.
Okay.
We ended a little
Dang,
early, but
oh.
now we're still ending on time because we yappers.
Yeah, well, I always like to yap with
Me
you, so
Junie looks.
yeah.
I saw Junie cheat.
Oh my. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my goodness!
Is
I
that
looked
what you
over
look like
right at
when
the
you
right
mute?
time.
Yeah, that's what I look like when I mute.
That's so funny.
Looking a little different there,
I
Junie.
didn't notice for a moment.
No, this has
Junie.
always been me. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Wait, which one has always been you? The you now or the one on mute?
The me now.
Which
You
one's your
didn't see
true
the other
form?
one. What are you talking about?
Oh, let's okay. Okay, it was all just it was a shared hallucination, just like the
Yeah, yeah,
IDV
yeah.
lore. Shared hallucinations.
To whoever's in
Judy,
chat who asked
are
if I
you
was
a
a
shark
shark
rabbit?
rabbit.
Are
Yes,
you?
I am.
That's
Slay.
awesome.
It's so peak. I love sharks, and I also really like bunnies, so I wanted to combine them for my character.
That's perfect. So like, are you land and sea animal? Is that the thing? Are you like an amphibian?
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't worked out my own logistics, so
Oh, I have my
You know what?
logistics
Just
down
say
to
that
a
it's a secret.
T.
Love that, and I gotta get myself some sort of mascot. I like my icon now, but maybe need a little bit something more.
You should go the kitty cat route.
And June becomes an autism creature when quiet. You know what? We vibe. We vibe with that. Well, Tide, what are your thoughts as we come to an end of the first week here? How are you feeling?
So I was there for almost I would like to say 90% of the matches. I did not stream 4. No, I was there for 75 of the matchups. I
Woo!
didn't stream.
75.
Yes.
Oh.
I was not the one streaming the first 3 matchups today. And then I
Okay.
didn't stream yesterday's last matchup.
Okay, but you've been here. Yeah, I mean, I know this has been a long time in the working.
Yep.
Suddenly we're doing an interview, but I feel like if we have time, we got time, and if you're here to yap, I'm willing to yap.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
If there's
I mean,
people watching,
how was it?
they can listen to us yap if they want. And if you guys have any questions about the tourney, please ask. This is a great time to answer questions. Like if you have any questions about the bracket,
for me to lie
I can
to you.
explain. Or if you want Z me to lie to you.
Yes,
Because we
I'm
all love
always happy
Z.
to spin lies.
Can you lie to me, please?
Lie to you?
Yes.
Would you like to ask a question?
What is the meaning of the universe?
The universe is actually just one giant bagel, and we're all heading towards the center of it.
I want to. Does it have cream cheese?
It can have cream cheese if you would like.
Yeah!
If the cows are still there by the end of it.
Oh, okay. Understandable. You made me hungry. sorry.
Okay.
Alright, anyways.
Wait. I want to hear your answer though. Yeah. How has it felt to see it all come together?
So
you know?
watching this tourney come to life was a very interesting turnaround. It was very stressful at the beginning, but it started to become less stressful towards the end. So I'm some of the time slots are not super friendly, and I feel so bad about that. But literally, I get home from work and then I'm streaming, and then I get 3
You're
hours of
putting in
sleep.
your hours.
I get 3 hours of sleep, and then I go back to work.
I know. So, I mean, I think I can speak for most of the staff here when we say that we're really happy that we can help you. Considering you are working on a very, very tight schedule.
I would like to
So,
note
yeah.
that last night, while I was sleeping, I had staff reorganize the entirety of my mess of channels.
Oh, wow.
And they
Hats off to them.
they
So, quick
archived
question
and
for you.
alphabetized it.
Oh, baby. We love organized people. Hey, quick question for you. Someone wants to know, when will the vid for the last matchup
So actually, all of the matchups are already on my channel. So if you go through the channel, you can go to the videos tabs, and all of my past broadcasts are viewable. If you need direct links, you can ask me in the server and I will send it to you. But it is on my actual Twitch itself, because streamers have the ability to keep past broadcasts on, and I have done so.
Yeah, so everything should be here
But yeah,
forever and ever and
everything
ever
will
and
be on the
ever.
Tide Pause account.
Yes, and if
The Rebirth
I
match will
get
be up,
StarStruck,
yes.
it will also be here forever.
You currently can't see it because I am still in the middle of that last broadcast, but it will be up as soon as we end the stream today.
Okay. I think this is Devil's way of saying it's time to end the stream.
It's time to end the stream.
Let me think. If nobody has any other questions, yeah, I guess we can just say big congratulations to our teams moving on. Big congratulations to our host here for seeing the first week done. And yeah, big thank you to everybody. And we will see you next weekend. Would you like to finish us off here, Tide? If you're speaking, I can't hear you.
No, I'm having a brain fart because I don't know what to say. Thank you guys.
Anything. This is your channel.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.